Welcome to Campers to Cahito's Cryptid Cave. Today we're doing our discussion, now that we've had a few days back home, kind of letting everything sink in with going to the Frogman Festival and meeting Camp Counselor Gooch and Gilby and getting ready to go out into the world and put out the love that we have in Cryptid Camp. It was very nerve-wracking because I've never done anything like that before, so it was a great experience. Before we get into that, let's start with our package we just got from Cryptid Camp. This is our Frogman and Phoenix promos that I picked up from the website, which comes with the postcard talking about our Kickstarter. And if you notice that on the top of the website now there's a banner for following the Kickstarter, which is fantastic. But it shows the binder, the Pamperpalooza Collecticon packs, and the Year of the Firehorse 2026 monthly packs. This looks fantastic. Can't wait for that. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and very carefully cut the paper with our name and information on it. So we can get into these lovely promos. Now, we picked up 2 of each, 2 of the Frogman promos, and 2 of the Phoenix promos. Now, what's awesome about these is if you order these, there's a chance that you might get a test card in your order. We did not, but I saw a guy on the Discord. Sorry, I was reaching for the paper or wrapper. We did see a guy on the Discord pull a Phoenix test card, and that thing looked nice. So, okay, getting back to the Frogman Festival. Later on this video, and probably during our conversation, there's going to be bits popping up and everything. But me, Gooch, and Gilby got to go and be ambassadors for the brand Cryptid Camp. Being a part of the community and such a friendly community, it's been an amazing experience thus far, and being able to go out and do that was awesome. The experience I've had with Cryptid Camp in the past in person was when Squonkapalooza, and got to meet Erica Fett there. And then we went, me and my family were at Squonkapalooza. We went to the Mothman Festival, where we got to play some games, get to teach people how to play. That was a blast. Got to meet some of the guys, specifically Happy Camper Josh, Bunchable Studios, and very specifically my buddy ABT Silence. Got to have a good time playing. Nick Infinite was there too. And we met Bailey, Emilio, Emma, Erica. It was a blast. Fast forward a little bit. I went to south of Columbus. Now that was like a 4.5, almost 5-hour drive to Guard Tower to do a how to play event. I am not an expert in card games by any means, but that was an amazing experience. Trying to teach people who've played many different card games, a card game, and realizing that you don't know as much as you'd like to be teaching somebody how to play, but the basics were there, and it was a very good time. Everybody had a really good experience playing at the Guard Tower. I was the only counselor that was there, and again, Erica was out there, and it was a fun time. Fast forward to the Frogman Festival, and me and the wife and the kids were originally going to go, and then some stuff came up, and we weren't going. Well, okay, so basically my daughter had a musical. She was part of the musical for The Little Mermaid. So they weren't able to go. And I was like, okay, well, then, we won't go for the musical. And this one was 6 hours away, down in Cincinnati. Had to cross the whole state of Ohio after going through part of Pennsylvania and West Virginia. So it was it was kind of on the fence. It wasn't completely out of the realm of possibility of going to the Frogman Festival. But then my in the community, there's some reach out looking for some counselors to go because of the scheduling conflict with Cryptid Camp Actual. You know, the team at Cryptid Camp, they were unable to go. They were the sponsors of the Frogman Festival. Okay, so it was nice to be able to be like, hey, I can go and give a hand, you know. And I was planning on leaving early Friday. It was kind of I think we got the official approval on Monday, which was fine. But then we got the products. I got the products shipped to me to hand out at the festival. And I actually went to my post office and said, hey, can we hold the mail for Friday so I can pick it up from here at like 9:30 and head out instead of waiting till like noon for the mail to come in? Because again, 6-hour drive, I want to get there as early as possible. So that we did that. I got out to the hotel. I went to go visit the Loveland Castle, which was in part 1 of this video series. I tried to go some other places, but that place was crazy busy on a Friday night. Saturday morning it was pretty dead, but we had to go to the convention center. I'm sorry, the Oasis Cryptid Center. But yeah, then we got there. Me, Gilby, and Gooch were messaging on Discord, and that's where our day really began. So we came in, checked in. I had the big box of stuff to bring in, and I will tell you, when I woke up Saturday morning, I really felt out of my element. Because I realized that what we were about to do was represent Cryptid Camp, and that's a very heavy responsibility. And I think that before we get any further into this, I think a lot needs to be said for Cryptid Camp. I can tell you that me, Gilby, and Gooch all took this responsibility as an honor. You know, that Cryptid Camp trusted us enough to carry their name into a public forum and basically like be Cryptid Camp at this convention, at the festival. I don't know how to say this. I was worried that we weren't going to be up to the task, and that I didn't want to fall short for Cryptid Camp, because I believe in Cryptid Camp, but I believe in the community more. You know, the community has been amazing. That's where I find, just like in the section of Old MetaZoo where I used to hang out, it was a very positive environment, and all of Cryptid Camp has been a very positive environment. And I want to make sure that we did the best we could. And the biggest thing that I noticed was people were like, okay, let's backstep a little bit. So we got into the festival, and I met the founder. We talked with him. Give me 1 second. Let's see, there's the entrance. So 8182. Jeff Craig. Okay. Jeff Craig is the curator. He's a cartographer. And once I found him, we went through and we sent some of the postcards and the cabin promos at the front where everybody was walking in. What was really cool was that they had a stamp sheet, which Cryptid Camp was on because Cryptid Camp was the sponsor. That was my intro into talking to people. Like, I was trying to figure out like how, because people are going to vendors, they're talking to vendors or friends or whatever, and I was like, how are we going to like kind of weasel our way into conversation to bring up Cryptid Camp? And everyone was carrying this little stamp sheet. This isn't it, but they had a stamp sheet. It was like a bingo card, and Cryptid Camp was right here, second down in the middle. And so that I was like, we could use that as our intro. And so people would come around. We didn't have a stamp, but me and Gooch brought Sharpies. So we would CC and we would get in a conversation with the guys. And a lot of people were asking, like, we were looking for your guys' table, and we didn't have a table because it was kind of a last minute thing where we ended up actually going and everything. But it actually was nice because we got to move around. We got to talk to other vendors. That was huge. Like, I talked to the founder of the Cumberland Con, and he was one that wanted to reach out to Cryptid Camp. It was actually really cool. I'm using this because I don't remember like the names of every company we talked to. I will tell you that there was actually give me 1 second. All right, so one of the things that we that I did was after we were done. Now keep in mind, we were going around talking to people, to vendors, but I remembered some of the people I talked to. I want to make sure I, went back and visited. The last hour we kind of walked around and did our own thing. And I needed to pick up stuff for my family. They didn't get to go. They let me go, so we had to make sure we were taking care of them too. So I'm trying to find the numbers here for the companies. Walking around and everything, I actually got mixed up quite a bit. Let's see if it says on here. Anyway, I bought my son this game, Finding Frogman. Oh, it says right here, P House Games. So you can see that we're using the reflection. We're using natural sunlight from the window and the little ring around the phone thing. But let's see, probably around 42. Maybe not. Anywho, these guys were really cool. They had a bunch of different games. They had some card games you could play. I picked the board game because that's what the kids were out there playing. Finding Frogman. And it's pretty neat. Finding Frogman, Lost in Loveland. Let's see. This one was cool. Let's see if I... Oh, man. This lady was really nice talking to her. And again, I'm afraid if I say the wrong company, I don't want to. Let's see, 54. This might have been So Grim. I feel really bad because I can't remember which company was which. But okay, 20. Let's see, 28 was them, so maybe it was right by there. All right, I'm not even going to use a company name. I'm not sure, but I got my wife this bag. The lady makes them herself. But I'm like, oh, look, hon, I get you a little purse thing that you don't have to actually bring your whole purse in when we go to the different cons and stuff, or festivals, like when we go to Squawkapalooza and stuff. And it's a real nice bag, and it was, I like supporting people in our community, and which we're going to get into that conversation. But I also bought some coffee. I will tell you that this place smelled great. These people were wonderful. I probably had a good 20-minute conversation with these people. Let's see, like number 22? No. 36. They were on the, oh wait, no, wait. Yeah, they were on the end. Let's see. I even have them in the video that we're going to play. I'm not doing a very good job with this, and I'm sorry for that. I thought this would be a little, a little easier here. It was a coffee place. Like they had like teas and coffees, and it smelled great. Oh, there it is, Green Feather Apothecary. They also do Ren fairs, which was really nice to see. I've never been to a Ren fair, but people at work tell me it's a good time, and one day I'll go to one. And then I went to, let's see. I'm not sure which company it was, but I got my daughter this Lisa Frank looking squonk and the Fresno Nightcrawlers, which is really cool. And now is our time to talk about community. Cryptid Camp is a card game, first and foremost. I mean, it's a card game, but it's also similar to other types of camp where we are part of a big community, the Cryptid community. And one of the things that, like, I was super stoked when this happened, okay? I was walking to my car and then back into the Frogman Festival. I had a drink in the car. Didn't bring it in, so I'm like, oh, I'm going to grab a drink because it was toasty in there at first. But this car honked their horn. And so I turned, like, I'm thinking, like, am I just walking in front of somebody I didn't notice? No, I see, hey. And it was Maniac's dad, Maniac, and Maniac's mom. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know they were coming. It was very cool to see them. And so, like, inside we talked a good bit. And they're Maniacs. Another part of my Maniac Fresno collection. We had her open a pack of the Pamperpalooza, and then I gave Maniac the box because it's a real nice set. Part of being an ambassador for the Frogman Festival is that we got these beautiful, see if they'll focus, staff stamp cards. Me, Gooch, and Gilby. So once we started talking to people, I got, like I said, I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it. I've never done this before, going to, like, put myself in with people that I don't know. And it actually worked out very well. There was one person there who, when they saw Cryptid Camp, and they're like, they thought it was like a camp, like you went to a campground and you like hunted cryptids. And we explained about how it's a card game. It's based on cabins and lanterns and, you know, pulling evidence and everything. And they're like, oh, I like it even better. I don't have to leave the house. We had one family that came out. We talked to them for probably a good 20 minutes. They brought their play mats and their starter decks, and they're really hoping to have a place to sit down and learn how to play. And unfortunately, like at first we thought, okay, the little restaurant area was empty when we first walked in. We're like, oh, there's tables there. We could sit there and play a game there. So by 10:30, that place was full, people reading. Honestly, the festival was, like, Gooch had been out there the year previous, and he's like, there's way more people this year than there was last year. We did have a little excitement. The fog machine they were using set the fire alarms off, and the fire trucks came, and the fire guys had to come in and check and make sure there was nothing on fire. But this is a really long video. I'm sorry. It's just the biggest thing is getting out with the community, and that's not just talking to the people that were part of the festival, but the vendors, the owners. I really appreciated Jeff Craig's time. You know, I let him know at the end of the day how much we appreciated it, and that he was thankful for us coming out too. So we had a lot of fun. It was exhausting though. I never realized how exhausting it would be to just go in and talk to people, just navigating everything, and it was crazy. I'm hoping that a lot of people found Cryptid Camp through our efforts at the Frogman Festival, though. We were limited on the amount of promos we had, and they're very nice promos. The Frogman promos. People were ecstatic when they saw them, and it was definitely awesome to be able to hand out and be that face for Cryptid Camp. And we did. We talked to so many of these vendors. It was crazy. There was the one that was out here. Let's say maybe in the hidey hole. Let's see, 88, 87, 88, 89. Yes. Creatures of Cuento. There's a picture of them that'll be in the video, but they had a really cool stuffed animals of cryptids. They're Filipino cryptids. There's actually a couple places. There's a writer, an artist who specialized in Filipino cryptids, which is really cool too. There were some funny clothes, and I did have to laugh. There was a like when I'm walking in, there was this poster, and it looked like it was 3 different cryptids, and it looked it looked like banners. I'm like, this looks awesome. And as I walk over, it's a medical group, and naloxone for drugs, a medication to for that. But I thought it was funny that they made these posters, and I did take a picture. It's going to be on the video, but they took these pictures, or these banners, to bring it up to the community that was going to be at a Cryptid festival. So that was pretty neat. Yeah, there was all sorts of stuff. There's funny shirts. My favorite one was the one that had a bunch of different cryptids that said "We Are Family." That was pretty nice, because that's, like, at the end of the day, that's how I feel with the Cryptid Camp community, is that we're all one big family. I know I've been trading and giving some of the guys some cards if they needed them to help complete their collection, because and vice versa, we help each other out. So it's been a real great experience, and the whole Cryptid Camp team has been awesome. Any conversations I've had with them, reaching out, meeting in person, it's been great. And being part of the, I may have coined this term between our text group, because we were texting each other while we were there, because we were wandering around. We split up, and we're, different angles of approach, but we're the Fellowship of the Frog. I brought that up, and that's what our text group's called now, is the Fellowship of the Frog. But we 3 first ambassadors for Cryptid Camp was amazing. I'm looking forward to seeing if there's anything that Cryptid Camp needs help with moving forward, like in Squonkapalooza, which is August 1st. So if you're in the Johnstown area, or you feel like traveling, check out Squonkapalooza. I know I'll be there. But I think that's all I got for this video. It's a long one. I'm hoping that these pictures popping up when I'm talking, makes it more bearable. But I just want to have a more direct, in-person, conversation, so to speak, where that I've never had the privilege of working an event for a company like that before. It was like I said, it was exhausting. It was exciting. People's reactions to Cryptid Camp and just our conversation with them, kids' eyes lit up. It was like it was awesome to be the person that's bringing this to them, because I just think about it this way. Imagine 25 years ago, 26 years ago, 30 years ago, you were asked to go to an event and introduce people to Pokemon, the card game. And that's how it felt for us. It was like surreal. It was a surreal experience, and we had a lot of fun doing it. So anyway, that's it. I'm done. This is a long video. It's almost 24 minutes. So we had a lot of fun. We appreciate everything Cryptid Camp allowed us to do, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.